Hello everyone. As you can see, I have a lot of things on my craft table today. What I did, I gathered up all the possibilities that I thought might work for decorating our new mini glue book. So let's get started. In my last video, I showed you how to make this mini glue book from a magazine like these. And these are just ad magazines that I get in the mail, and they're absolutely free. So it was great to experiment with making this little glue book. And it actually, something like this makes two. And it's so great because you not only have one that you can experiment with, but we have two. I briefly want to show you what I gathered up to decorate in our mini glue book. I thought we would start with the cover first, and I have this cardstock pad from Simple Stories. I love Simple Stories. They are my very favorite paper company, and I got this from scrapbook.com. I'm not sure if it's still available. I think it is, but it has really pretty papers, and that's where these came from. So we'll be looking through this for possibilities for a cover. And then I thought maybe we could use this paper pad for some background papers. This I bought at Walmart, and it wasn't very much. I'm thinking it was like $5. And then I have some sayings that I've used quite a few out of it already that we might be able to use. And then these are some more sayings that we might be able to use. I got these from Amazon. And isn't this cute? Oh, I just love this. I haven't tried these yet. These are little vellum papers of flowers. I just think they're so cute. And I got that from Amazon. And this is brand new. I got this in the mail just a couple days ago, and I'm dying to try it. I can't talk today. So anyway, my words aren't coming out right. But this is beautiful. Look at all these beautiful, beautiful flowers. Just gorgeous. So I definitely am excited to try this. And then I have our magazine pictures that I cut out, and you might find this familiar. I have a video on how to make this holder for your pictures. So be sure you watch that video, okay? I will link it on the page somewhere. So be sure you watch it, because this is so handy to store your pictures. So I've got this for our magazine pictures that we can use in our glue book. And of course I have my washi tape, and I have a little bit wider washi tape. I have a bunch of stickers in here and small things that would be good in a mini glue book. So let me clear off my table, and I'll be back in a few minutes. The first thing I want to do before we get started decorating is that I want to even up the top and bottom edges. You can see that it's pretty uneven at the top especially. And just for simplicity purposes, I thought I would trim it to be 5 inches. So let's do that first, okay? Let's just get this lined up on my mat to be even. And I'm going to mark it with a ruler just as a guide to go by. Let's do that with a pencil. So we'll do that end, and then let's turn it around. Get that lined up so you can see it, and then do this end because it's uneven too. So I'll mark it with a pencil. Okay, then I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to use a metal ruler to cut it. Get it evened up there. Okay, that looks pretty good. So let's see how this works. And it might take a couple tries to get it cut through. Now that we have our mini glue book all evened up on the ends, the next thing I'd like to do is pick out papers to do a cover. And I was thinking that I would like to do a butterfly theme for this glue book because I love butterflies, and I thought it would just be fun to do a butterfly glue book. So these are the papers that I picked out. I got them out of the Simple Stories cardstock pack, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted for the cover. I love them all. So there's that one. Then there's that one. And there's this one. So I'm thinking, since it's going to be a butterfly glue book, one I go with this one. And then we could do the spine out of this. So let me grab my cutter and we'll get started getting the cover cut out. I would like the cover to extend a little past the edges of the book. So if we cut the paper, I think to be 3.5 inches wide, that'll give it a little room to extend past that edge. And then if we cut it this way by about 5 1/4 inches, then that'll give a little room going that way too. And one thing I noticed about using this butterfly paper for the cover, I can only get one out of this sheet of paper. I can't get the front cover and the back cover because there is a wrong way and a right way for this pattern, and I don't want my butterflies to be upside down. So what I think I'll do, I will do the front cover out of this butterfly paper, and then I'll do the back cover out of this one, and then I would have room to do, make another cover for another mini glue book, and then still use this one for the spine. So let's do that. Let's get cutting. Both of these I'm going to cut 3.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Let's see how these measure up. Uh-oh. I think I goofed. Let's see. Instead of cutting those at 5 1/4, I cut them at 5 inches. Let's see if I did the same thing with this one. I did. Oh well. So I still have some left. So I'll just do it again. So I needed 3.5 inches by 5.25. So let's see here. Let's see how that works. Yes, much better. There's a little bit on each end. That's what I want. And let me see if I have another sheet of this in here, and we'll just cut another one. That's okay. And if there isn't a butterfly one, oh yes, there is. I was going to say if there wasn't one, we'll use something different. So let's try this again. Okay, now let's see. Oh yes, much better. All right, that turned out okay. Now the next thing I want to do is make a spine, and it's going to look something like this. I made a prototype earlier, and I think that will work pretty good on there. This one is cut a little short, but I want to see, yes, I think that will work good. Now for the spine, I'm going to need to cut a piece that is 1 1/8 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches. So let's do that. Okay, now let's see. It should be the same length as the front and back cover to match up. Yes, that should be good. Now to get this spine to look like this, I had to get out my mini scoreboard because we're going to need to do some scoring on this to make the folding a little easier. You can do it without a scoreboard. You just have to mark where you want to fold it. So what we're going to do, we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch is right here, and I don't want to press too hard, otherwise it'll go through the paper. So hold it tight, and 1/2 inch is right there. Whoops, it's moving. Go over that again. I'm just going to turn it around, see if you can see that, and score at 1/2 inch on this side. You have to hold it pretty tight to keep it in place. Okay. Let's see how that looks. I'm not sure if you can see that. There's kind of a glare. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold it along those scored lines. So let me do that. Fold it on that one, and then fold it on this one. Let's see here. Yes, it's working. And take this little tool. Okay, now you can see that that looks very similar to our prototype. So now we have all our pieces cut for our cover. So now it's time to do some gluing. I got out my wax paper and I need to choose what glue I'm going to use today. I think I'm going to use the Elmer's glue because it gives a little time to move it around, where some of the other glues, once it's down, there's no moving it. So I think we'll try the Elmer's glue, and like I've said before, if it doesn't work, we'll try something else. So here we go. Let me just kind of line it up here to see how far. Oh, and instead of gluing this, I want to put the glue on this side. That will work better because we're not covering the whole paper. We're going to have some sticking out. So it'd be better to glue this. So let me open this out. We're just going to put glue on this page. Let's see how this works. Get it lined up here. Before I stick it down, let's see how it looks. I think that looks pretty good. Oh, let's make sure. Whew. Wanted to make sure I had my butterflies going the right way and not upside down. So let's spread that out. Use a bone folder to make sure it's going to stick good. Okay, this will be all right because our spine is going to cover that up. Let's do the back cover next. Let's see here how it's going to line up, how much room we'll have. Okay, that's going to look good. Let's get our glue on there. I keep a pin on the back of my glue, so when it gets stopped up, I can just stick the pin in there and it's handy. I'm not searching for the pin somewhere. Okay, let's keep gluing. Okay, let's turn it over. And there's not really a right way to that pattern, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick look to see how we're lining up. I think that's going to be good. Okay. Press it down good. Make sure it's sticking. Let's take a look. And if that bothers us, that sticks out a little farther, we can always trim that up later. But for now, I'm going to leave it. Before I glue the spine, let's see how it's going to fit. Let's see here. Put it on there. Check both ends. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Let's glue it on. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Let me wipe my fingers off. Make sure we have our book the right way. And let's see here. Let's get it on. Get it lined up. Before I press it down firmly, I'm going to make sure that it's in there. Okay, I think that looks good. Press it down real good. Make sure it's sticking to the spine of our book. All right, let's take one final look. Oh, I like that. That looks pretty. That's our cover. This is just one idea on how you can cover your mini glue book. You could even use plain cardstock if you want. You could use fabric to cover the spine, or you could use washi tape or even lace. So the possibilities are endless. Don't be afraid to explore and experiment, okay? And just remember to always have fun. The main thing that I wanted to accomplish today was doing the cover, and we got that done. So I think what I'll do is start decorating our glue book in another video. So be sure to watch for my next video. We're going to have lots of fun. Thanks for watching. See you soon.